Doug Lesmeri and Bill Landis. We just talked to Ohio State's receivers here on Thursday at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center, and here's what I took away, and we have to figure out if it matters. At the very least, Johnnie Dixon, Terry McLaurin, and Parris Campbell, like if I would buy whatever they were selling. If they were starting a business tomorrow, it would succeed. If they were my child's teacher, I would be thrilled. Like, they are mature young men, and there's a lot of talk about culture in that receiver room, and I buy the culture because you talk to those three guys and you are impressed. But does that matter?
Yeah, it matters. I mean, it's good to have solid, firm leadership in your receiver room. I, as a greedy media member, would like a little more diva. Is that a bad word? I feel like diva is a bad word to describe a receiver, but it's true. Like, I want one guy at least of the leaders in the room, like, give me the ball, throw me the ball. I'm the best receiver in the room. We didn't get that. It was boring yet impressive. But I want a little like Keyshawn Johnson in there, throw me the damn ball.
But who cares what you want for your story? Nobody cares about your story. No, what about on the field?
That too. That matters too. And to Terry McLaurin's credit, he did talk about there being a certain level of aggressiveness with this receiver group and a different kind of attitude of actually being that kind of guy, like the ball's in the air, it's mine, I want it. And maybe there is a difference between having that mentality on the field and then when you're talking to all of us, like buttoning up a little bit and being more of a businessman. But it's greedy for my stories. I want someone like Devin Smith flipping the ball when he finally got a touchdown pass in 2014. Like, I want someone flipping the ball because they didn't get it enough.
And Devin Smith, when you talked to him, I talked to him that day after he flipped the ball, he was a little aggravated about not getting the ball more. Devin Smith did not necessarily project. He's not a bad guy, but he didn't project what Parris Campbell and Johnnie Dixon and Terry McLaurin did today. But you know what Devin Smith did? He caught it. And Michael Thomas is a very serious guy, serious about his craft. He never really wanted to talk to us that much. He did not project the same thing in an interview those guys projected today. You know what Michael Thomas did? He caught it. So I could not be more impressed after talking to these receivers today. But I don't know that it tells me that the receivers are going to make more plays this season.
Well, I want to ask you a question. Like, can you be both? Can you be that guy here and the other guy on the field and be successful?
Absolutely. There have been plenty of guys like that. Malcolm Jenkins was a guy like that. James Laurinaitis was a guy like that. There have been a lot of guys who are like that here and will kick your butt on the field. So it doesn't mean they can't do it. It means I don't want to go overboard with how impressed I was talking to them because I still have legitimate questions about on the field.
It made me feel a little bit better, I think, about their receiver situation. If they have a sense of accountability, they know that they weren't as good as they needed to be last year, including Zach Smith, who I thought was about as good as he could be on the subject, and he kind of dodged it last year or in the spring when we asked him about it. He was pretty good on it today when we talked to him. There seems to be a general vibe of we weren't good enough, we're going to be better, coupled with, like, we have our stuff together, we're grown men. If I'm an Ohio State fan, I would feel pretty good about the trajectory of the receiver group based on all that stuff.
He's Bill, I'm Doug. Read all about the receivers and everything else at cleveland.com.